What if you had access to all the cards? Unlimited power.
In Vintage, you play Magic the Gathering, but no cards are banned. These are the strongest and most explosive strategies ever.
Don't blink, some games could end on turn 1.
You voted in our community tab for one deck to represent each year since Y2K, and we assembled 26 competitive players to play a tournament to qualify for the final rounds.
And now we finally have it. We have a top 8 of what could easily be the most powerful vintage decks of all time.
And after 7 videos, we'll finally be able to crown the best vintage deck ever.
Andrea! Hello, welcome everyone. Simon, we are playing in this very blue studio today. It's great to be here, and we have some very special decks in front of us.
I feel like I'm gonna get Hulk smashed.
I feel like I'm gonna get, I don't know, shocked?
I'll go first, and oh boy. Okay, sometimes these hands are completely dysfunctional. I'm gonna take a ball again. You know, I'm always excited to try my hand at beating the one and only Andrea Mengucci, and the deck I'm playing today is a doozy to do it with. So Mishra's Workshop has been a vintage staple for so long. As a land that taps for 3 mana to play artifacts, you get to play a bunch of interactive pieces that locks out your opponent from doing their thing. The thing is, these decks need a way to win, and in 2019, 2 incredible win cons came out. Karn the Great Creator and Mystic Forge that just allows the deck to get powered up by so much. Both cards got restricted later in that year, but you know, I'm playing with the fully powered version here. So when I'm looking at my opening hand, I'm looking for fast mana, disruption, and hopefully one of my key 4-drops. My hand does not have any of that. Just a few, no fast mana at all, no disruption, just gonna ship that down.
My hand is not malfunctioning, and it doesn't have any power 9, but it has a lot of power. Flash Hulk. This was one of the first deck I ever played as a child. I was about 13 years old, and I played a vintage tournament with these 2 cards. So it's very cool that I'm here at Cardmarket Best Deck Series ever vintage playing this deck. How does this combo work? It's a little bit convoluted, but if you play Flash and you put Hulk into play, you can go get some lethal creature from the deck that will kill your opponent with infinite attacking karmic guide. The deck is cool. I'm ready to play against Simon.
Okay. Wow, yeah, okay, that's the power. Yeah. Okay, much better. That's why we mulligan in these very powerful vintage decks. So this hand is very explosive, has the disruption piece, Infraction Revoker, and also has a Mystic Forge. I can even play both of them on turn 1.
You have to put a card on the bottom, and then you can start.
All right.
Don't do anything nasty.
Okay, so I know that you're playing Flash Hulk, a very scary deck. You may even win on the very next turn.
Yeah, this deck can easily win on turn 1.
Easily? My deck does have tools to prevent your combo. I'm going to employ one of those tools right now. I'll play Ancient Tomb. This is a land that taps for 2 mana, but I have to take 2 damage to tap it.
Simon, one thing that blew my mind when I started playing Vintage is how powerful is Ancient Tomb. It's like a land that comes stapled with a Mox. It's crazy. When I realized that, I was like, wow, this land is insane.
And then, let's start off the Vintage series right. Black Lotus.
This one's fine. Card disadvantage.
Yes, true. This artifact costs 0, then you can sacrifice it to get 3 mana of my choosing. My hand has so much mana that I can actually play both Mystic Forge and Phyrexian Revoker. Now, the Flash Hulk deck is very scary, and I want to get the Revoker out to stop his combo. That is my A priority. So I'm going to lead on the Mystic Forge, even though it's my seemingly better card, because if he has a Force of Will to counter it, I want it to be the biggest bait I can possibly have. If he counters it, I still get to resolve a Phyrexian Revoker. I'll use my Black Lotus right away. So I have 5 mana now in total, take 2 damage, and I'll play Mystic Forge. Does this resolve? It lets me play colorless spells and artifacts from the top of my deck. And I can even if I had a land on top, I can pay 1 life, tap it to exile the top card and keep going. And well, I do still have to spend mana on them, so it's not like Bolas' Citadel, right? This card, right, it came out in 2019, and it got almost immediately restricted because of how good it is in these artifact decks.
I have to unfortunately let that resolve.
Okay, that's sus. So I feel like maybe you don't even have counter magic. I'm going to pay a life here and exile the top card. It's another Ancient Tomb. I don't want that. Let's see if I have more goodies here. Ooh, that is a good one. Probably I should just go ahead and play that here. So I'll play a Mox Pearl.
Stop, Simon. It's turn 1. Why did you produce 6 mana on turn 1?
What were you gonna do turn 1?
No, nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna play a Grim Monolith here.
Okay.
So the Mox here is a 0 mana artifact that just taps white. This is another piece of power.
Yes.
And can use this to play the Monolith here, which costs 2 and taps for 3 mana. It does have the downside that it doesn't untap during my untap step, but you know, I just want the acceleration right now because I'm gonna play a very powerful card.
What is it?
From the top of my deck. It's Trinisphere.
No
Restricted.
way!
One of Trinisphere in my deck here.
No! Oh, if only I won the die roll.
This one says, as long as it's untapped, each spell costs at least 3 to play. So if you were gonna play a card for free, I have to pay 3 mana for it.
For 3 instead of for free.
Pass the turn.
I take a draw step. Oh my god, this card would have been so good last turn. All right, I'll play an Underground Sea and pass the turn.
So I do need a little bit more help here, but I might as well just start by playing out the Tolarian Academy. It says I can tap it and add a blue mana for each artifact I control.
This is an incredible land.
Yes, exactly. And I have 4 already, but I'm going to try and make a little bit more artifacts before I use it. Let's see the top here. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna tap my Mox Pearl and my Ancient Tomb, take 2 damage to play a Soul Ring off the top.
Wow, 3 mana for 2, that seems bad.
I'll look at the top here. I guess I can't use that, so I'm gonna use Mystic Forge, get rid of this Mistress Workshop.
Ooh.
And, okay, well, not a land. So I'm gonna tap here for 5. So I have so much mana, I'm going to play a 3 mana card here.
No, Phyrexian
Phyrexian.
Revoker.
Actually really important here. So Phyrexian Revoker, it's a 2 mana 2/1. I can name a card and then you cannot use activated abilities of the named card.
Yep.
And I'm going to name Carrion Feeder. All right, and then I'm going to grab the 2 mana I have floating and use the Soul Ring to put 4 mana into untapping my Grim Monolith.
This is the incredible production of the Cardmarket channel that, you know, very hard to replicate.
And I'll pass the turn here.
I need a good card from the top of my deck.
Okay, what do you need? You need the flash?
An actual basic island. You know, any lands would have done it, but I love the basic island here. We drew the basic island so I can play around Trinisphere with the help of Elvish Spirit Guide, but unfortunately, there's a Phyrexian Revoker. Naming Carrion Feeder. What does that do? Unfortunately, that means I can't do a loop. I can't do my infinite karmic guide because I can't sacrifice the Kiki-Jiki. What I can do though is put a 6/6 into play, which is big enough to kill Phyrexian Revoker, so hopefully Simon attacks with it. So I'm just gonna play Island and pass the turn. I have 7 cards in my hand, I pass to you.
It's a little suspicious, I would say. So you were so happy to draw that island that you slammed it and then you thought for a bit and you passed the turn?
You were supposed to know that I'm happy to draw the island. I just did it for the viewers. If you were in a tournament, I would be like, oh, I still can't cast any card. There's Trinisphere.
That's funny, because if we were playing in a tournament, I would be so happy to play the island and you would have known what I have in hand. That's just how it is. Okay, I'm gonna draw my land here. And
what do you mean your land? Oh, okay.
yeah, because I know what's on top, of course.
Oh, Wasteland!
Okay, so Phyrexian Revoker means that now he cannot activate his Carrion Feeder, and the combo is locked out of happening. But the flash is still kind of good, because he can find a Kami Guide, get the Protean Hulk back into play, and that's a 6/6 creature he can access at instant speed. That means I can't really attack with my Revoker, because he's just going to be able to block it. So I'm going to use this Wasteland here to get rid of his mana and pass priority, and then see if he has the flash right now, if we need to be more careful. I can sacrifice this to destroy a non-basic land. So destroy your Underground Sea and force you to do something with that suspicious mana you left up.
Yeah, I'm gonna float a black mana and pass it back to you.
Let's see what's on top here. I'm not gonna do anything right now. I'm just gonna force you to do your thing.
That's good. The Trinisphere says that I can't cast any card, but what it doesn't say is that I can use Elvish Spirit Guide, I'll exile it from my hand, and I produce 1 green. Then with the black and the blue, I can cast the card that gives name to my deck.
Yep. Okay.
Flash.
Let's see what's the worst you can do.
Yeah, so, you know, if you didn't have that, I would have won on turn 1 with the Spirit Guide and the land. But anyway, instant, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. I'm gonna do that. And if I can't pay the mana cost -2, which is a pretty weird thing to say, I have to sacrifice it.
You want to play 5 right now to keep this alive.
I'm not gonna do that. The whole thing that Flash does, it lets you just flash a creature into play that dies right away. But what it does is that it lets me basically just like kill Protean Hulk, which says when it leaves the battlefield, I can go get any amount of creature with the converted mana cost of 6.
How many Midnights can you get?
I was going to make that joke, Simon. You read my mind. How is this possible?
Just in tune.
Is this like a joke anyone else has done before?
No, I'm just reading the cues on the screen behind you.
It's like, come on, actually even Memnite, like,
Yes.
I could have said like Ornithopter.
Yeah, well, Ornithopter wouldn't do anything.
I know,
I mean, that would be scary.
Crazy. Anyway, well, I don't have Memnites in my deck. I'm gonna pick up 2 cards that, if you didn't have Direction Revoker, would have let me win the game. But I can't do that just yet. I'm gonna pick up these 2 cards. Carrion Feeder says, sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 on it. Obviously, cannot activate it because of your Revoker. And Karmic Guide says, flank protection from Black Echo. When it comes into play, I reanimate a creature. So I'm gonna reanimate this Protean Hulk, which is a 6/6. I can do that again if I could use Carrion Feeder, get Kiki-Jiki, and win the game with infinite Karmic Guides. But again, I can't do that because you stopped me with the Direction Revoker. What I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna have a chunky 6/6 on the battlefield and pass priority back to you.
It doesn't mean that my Revoker certainly can't attack, but we're still in my turn, main phase 1. So I'm going to continue playing from the top here, and I do have, well, it's not the most efficient, but I'll play a 3 mana Mox Emerald, again because of my Trinisphere. That's another Mox, this one is the green one. Let's see what's on top. I would not want that, so I'm going to take a point of damage once again. I'm going to tap my Ancient Tomb and my Mox here to take 2 damage, play another Grim Monolith. So that goes right here. Let's see what's coming. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'll tap my Tolarian Academy for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana just for 1 land. And play another card for 3 mana because of my Trinisphere. Defense Grid. During each other player's turns, spells cost 3 more to play. I'll keep going here. I still have 5 mana floating, but yeah, that's okay. I'm not gonna play this one.
No, why?
I don't want to.
It's a land.
I don't want to.
It's a land.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm not gonna attack. I could like spend some mana untapping the Grim Monolith.
Yeah, you should do that so Carl has more animation.
Oh yes, exactly. So I'm gonna pay.
Okay, so I'm taking my turn. I'll sacrifice the Karmic Guide because I can't pay the Echo and draw from the top. I don't have many good draws. Well, I guess this is not a bad one. This Protean Hulk doesn't actually have any keyword, despite being like a huge card. It doesn't have trample. So I'm gonna attack with my 2 creatures.
So even though my life total is in dire straits here, I cannot chump block the Protean Hulk with my Phyrexian Revoker. Because if I lose it, he can activate his Carrion Feeder again, sacrifice his Hulk, and he can assemble the combo from those pieces. And I, of course, don't want that to happen. So I just have to trade off for the Carrion Feeder, and then I should be in the clear. Yeah, so the Revoker essentially has traded with the Carrion Feeder already, so I am just gonna go ahead and do that. It takes 6 damage.
Go.
So I'm dead to the next hit from the Protean Hulk. I cannot hit another brick of land here. I need to hit something good. All right, so I draw this land. It's even another Ancient Tomb, just for more damage to me. And let's see what's on top.
What's that? What's that face? A Trinisphere? A defense grid?
I'm gonna pay a Walking Ballista.
It's so big that you put it on my side of the table.
And I'll tap 9, 10. Tap this one for 8 mana, so that's 18. And just for good measure, I'll take 3 damage, 20 mana into this Walking Ballista, so it's a 10-10.
Oh my god,
I have 20 mana.
Okay.
So Trinisphere is happy.
Yeah.
And I put this one into play as a 10-10.
Yeah.
And I'll pass the turn.
Unfortunately, when this deck was a thing, Survey Land, were not a thing, so I can't look for a land. But let's see if I can draw it. I can, all right.
Oh, another basic. Wow, you're so happy drawing basics.
Wow, I was so close to answer all of my problems, but that Walking Ballista is huge, and unfortunately can stop my combo, can stop my loop. I still have the Vonic Tutor, but what do I tutor now? I can get Chain of Vapor, but unfortunately, that's not gonna save me. I think I have still a glimmer of hope. If I get Kiki-Jiki in my hand, I can attack with my Protean Hulk, get Body Snatcher, discard the Kiki-Jiki, and then something will happen. I can reanimate another Protean Hulk, and then we will see. So that's my line now. Okay, so I'm gonna fetch this Flooded Strand, go get a basic island so that your wasteland will be
wasted.
Will be wasted. And then I'm gonna go for a demonic tutor, which lets me tutor any card from the deck to my hand. I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
What do you even have that could get you out of this?
The viewers will know about it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attack you. Wow, that was cool.
That was smooth.
That was smooth.
I have to block this, so I'm gonna go ahead and block this.
Oh, it's a 5/5? It dies.
No!
Okay, so this Protenuke dies, and what it does is that it goes and get any card, any amount of creatures from my deck to the battlefield.
What do you even have left?
I'm gonna get a remote card. A card that probably like, I don't know, less than 1% of the viewers know about it. Body Snatcher, 4 mana 2/2. We don't care about those stats. When it comes into play, you may choose and discard a creature card from your hand. If you don't, remove the Body Snatcher. I'm gonna go ahead and discard a Kiki-Jiki, the Mirror Breaker. When Body Snatcher is put into a graveyard from play, you remove it and you return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it basically is a way to reanimate a card from your hand. And I pass the turn to you. I'll put my hand face down.
Cool story, bro.
Since it doesn't matter.
Please don't untap. I'll draw my thing. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna start blasting. I'm gonna tap Solarian Academy for a whole lot of mana. Play the Manifold Key. I can pay 1 to untap another target artifact. Or I can pay, this is the upgrade that came in M20. We got upgrade for Voltaic Key to Manifold Key. It has another line of text. Target creature can't be blocked this turn.
No.
So I pay 3 mana to make my Ballista unblockable.
No.
And then I'm gonna cruise in for 10.
I take 10.
And then I'm gonna shoot you.
No. Sideboarding, we have 6 carryable cards here. Misdirection is only good against counter spells, and Pact of Negation, well, you guess it, it's only good against counter spells. So we don't need those cards. I have some anti-permanent cards like my bounce spells and some duresses to clean the non-creature problems.
So Karn the Great Creator is a planeswalker that can search from artifacts from my sideboard and put them into my hand. That makes sideboarding a little tricky because any card I bring into my deck, I can't actually search for. So I'm going to be a bit careful here, bring in some of the hate pieces that lock him down, like Tomoch Crypt, but still leave a Pithing Needle and a Tomoch Crypt in my sideboard. I'll take out some of the slower cards. Let's go!
Game 2, I'm on the play. I want to open the same exact hand I opened before, which was turn 1 kill.
Wait, oh, she actually had the turn 1 kill?
Yeah, and then I top deck force the first draw steps when I was on the draw.
Too late. Is your hand turn 1 kill?
It's not. It's not. This hand is a trap. And I'm very famous for falling into traps. My opening hand has a lot of power. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a great hand though. This hand is missing both Flash and Hulk, but it has a Force of Will and it has a Brainstorm. So I think I'm keeping it.
Oh, my hand has also 3 pieces of power. So I have a lot of white border cards in my hand, and that is a good sign because that's where the power is at. Super explosive hand, very happy to keep this.
All right, I'll show off one of them, Mox Sapphire, and then I'll tap it to play a card that is strictly worse than Ancestor Eagle, Brainstorm.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
Brainstorm says draw 3, put 2 back.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw 3. Those are gonna be Flash, Hulk. We found the Flash, which was very, very important, but I didn't find the Hulk, but that's fine. I found Rebuild, which I'm gonna put on top of my deck, and if Simon presents some annoying artifacts, which I assume he will present, I just don't fetch and draw the Rebuild. If he just, I don't know, passes, I can just fetch away and look for a tutor or the Protenuke. I'll put back these 2 cards, then I'm gonna play another Mox Jet, and I'll cast Duress. Target you reveal your hand, and I'll discard a non-creature from your hand.
I was gonna play my entire hand on turn 1.
Well, unfortunately, Duress isn't as good as I said. I said non-creature, can't even take a land, unfortunately. I would have loved to, though. I'm gonna take the Karn Great Creator. I'll play a Floodstrand and pass to you.
Okay, and so Floodstrand really nice here because it lets you shuffle away the cards you just put back with Brainstorm. All right, I'm gonna draw for turn. I'm gonna play Mox Pearl. I'm gonna play Mox Sapphire. All right, so blue and white Mox enabled here. Then I'm gonna play a Mana Vault.
That's 3 mana, so you can play Karn. Well, actually, Karn isn't restricted, is it?
In this deck, no. There's 4 Karn the Great Creator.
That's insane.
And 4 Mystic Forge.
Go ahead.
You played this deck yourself. I'll play Sensei's Dividing Top.
Resolves?
Right, so Mana Vault here, it costs 1 and taps for 3 mana. but it doesn't untap during my turn. So very similar to Grim Monolith, but only costing 1 less. It does deal me 1 damage each turn that it starts
I
tapping.
don't care about that.
Then we have Sensei's Divining Top, which has also a lot of abilities. I can pay 1 to look at the top 3 and rearrange them, and then I can tap it to draw the top card and put this one back on top of my deck. So it can access some of the top cards of my deck. Now I'll play an Academy, and this one taps for 4 mana because I have 4 artifacts. So I'm gonna spend 1 of those to see the top here, see if there's anything I would like to have.
Nah, there isn't.
Okay, yeah, I think I need to keep this one on top just in case that you force my next play here. Play a Phyrexian Revoker, and I have 1 mana floating.
Is it resolves? Yes.
Okay, I'm going to name Carrion Feeder, like always.
Okay.
And I think I might need just a little bit more protection to not die next turn. So I'm going to use my top here, draw the card, put this back on top, and then the card I drew here is a Walking Ballista. So I tap this for 3 mana, spend the 1 I had floating, and play Ballista for 2. Now I can ping down any combo pieces that might sneak through here, and hopefully this is enough protection. I'll pass the turn.
Turn 1, Simon.
Oh yeah, true, it is turn 1.
I don't fetch, actually, because I want to draw the top of my deck that I put there with Brainstorm, and I pass the turn.
The Mana Vault doesn't untap. It has a trigger where I can pay 4, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna take 1 damage. Draw for my turn. I know what it is. You know what it is. I'm going to play the Sensei's Divining Top. All right, and I'm once again going to use the effect where I get to look at the top 3. I don't feel too safe at the moment, so it would be nice to have a way of interacting with you. I have a lot of hate pieces down right now, which should make me feel safe, but I know Andrea's deck list, and I know that he has 1 copy of Rebuild in the sideboard, which is going to return all artifacts to my hand. And I think I'm so far ahead that I can afford to play around fringe one-offs like this. So my plan is if I can find Sphere of Resistance, I can make it cost 1 more mana, and at least he can't do it right now. Maybe I can win with Beatdown in the meantime. And this one technically does that. So I'll put these back, and I do want to access that, but before I draw, I'll tap my Tolarian Academy for 6 mana. Then I'll use the top here, draw my card, put this back on top, and play a very nice land. This is Inventor's Fair from Kaladesh.
Very strong.
Yeah, so, you know, in the upkeep I gain life, whatever, but also I can pay 4 mana, sacrifice this, and search my deck for an artifact. So I have 6 mana, which is the perfect amount. I want to sacrifice this. 2 mana left, and search out Sphere of Resistance. So this one says all spells cost an additional 1. So it affects both players, but of course this deck has so much mana that I don't care too much about it, and your deck may care a lot.
You cast that. Sphere of Resistance kind of messes with my plans now, because I was planning on casting Rebuild end of turn and then, you know, go to my turn. But unfortunately, if I play Rebuild now with the Sphere on the stack, my opponent just recast them. If I let the Sphere resolves, I can cast Rebuild. But I don't think I need to. Simon actually here is not really killing me now. It's not really presenting lethal. So I can just go Brainstorm end of turn, try to look for the combo piece, and I can still go land go, and then go Rebuild end of turn for 4 mana. So Sphere Resistance resolves, and still hold up my 3 mana.
So that's still enough to play the Flash. Of course, the beatdown plan doesn't quite work yet because I still can't attack into the potential of Flash Hulk, which gives a 6/6 blocker. It sounds a lot like you just don't have it, but I'm not gonna take the risk. I'll just pass and not attack.
Well, maybe I'll have it at the end of the turn.
Okay.
I'll pay 2 mana for this Brainstorm here. I know the top of my deck is bad, but I need to leave it there because then I'm gonna fetch 2 more bad cards away, which this hand is plenty of. So I'm gonna put this 2 back and fetch.
Okay, the classic Brainstorm line.
Gonna go get a basic island because I want to play around a Wasteland that can be on top of your deck. Does this do it, Simon? It does not. Island go.
Okay, fair
There's
enough.
so many hate pieces. It's so hard for me to win.
Yeah, but you pass once again, which means we might have this stalemate where I'm not really gonna be able to attack. I'm gonna take 1 damage again from the Mana Vault here and draw a card.
Draw Karn?
This is a good one though. See, yet another hate piece. I'm gonna pay 1 mana for a Tormod's Crypt.
Okay, that resolves.
Says I can sacrifice it to exile your graveyard. I'm not gonna do it right now.
Okay.
But this one interacts with the Karmic Guide part of the loop. And it means actually that if you do have Flash right now, you wouldn't be able to get your 6/6 into play because I can just get rid of it. I'm gonna play my land.
Okay.
And I'm finally going to attack you.
I'm gonna say no blocks.
Before damage, I'll tap this one for 7 mana. and as well as my Mox Pearl, that's 8 total, so I'll put a counter on my Ballista and another counter on Ballista.
So I'm taking 6 damage.
Yeah, I think I might even kill you next turn, so hopefully this all works out. I'll pass.
Hopefully you don't have a next turn. What if we'll go for a rebuild over here for just the cheap cost of 4 mana? I'm gonna return all artifact to owner's hands.
I guess I ping you for 3.
Okay, I'll take 3.
Yes, and then all of this goes back to my hand. And that's end of turn, so I don't even get to replay it. I still have 7 cards, so I don't get to discard.
Okay, that's nice. In my upkeep,
In your upkeep,
I'm gonna play a Mystical Tutor, put a instant or sorcery on top of my deck.
okay, so you can get the flash now.
I get a flash, or I can also get a Summoner's Pact. So, Summoner's Pact now goes on top of my deck, and I draw for turn.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was a good draw.
Come on.
I'm gonna play Summoner's Pact
Yeah.
and fetch for a green creature.
So that costs 0 mana,
Cost 0 mana, it gets me a Protean Hulk.
but you have to play 4 mana next turn to pay for it. That's the pact.
We don't care about that. I'm gonna play an island.
Yeah.
Where actually a Moxifier.
Sure.
And I'm gonna play the Flash, which, as we've seen in game 1, is gonna be able to flash in a creature from my hand, which is this Protean Hulk. Comes into play for free. I can't pay 5, the Protean Hulk dies. Protean Hulk dying means that I can search my deck once again for any card of combination of total mana cost of 6. That's gonna give me Karmic Guide and Carrion Feeder.
Okay, so Carrion Feeder can sacrifice something, Karmic Guide 2/2 comes into play and reanimates something.
Karmic Guide is gonna reanimate me the Protean Hulk. I sacrifice it to the Carrion Feeder, put a counter here, Protean Hulk dies, so I'm gonna be able to fetch once again my deck for a combination of creatures of 6 total. I'm gonna get Kiki-Jiki, which is a 2/2 with haste that can tap and copy a non-legendary creature. And that creature is gonna be able to attack this turn because it's gonna get haste. When I target Karmic Guide, I'm also gonna sacrifice it to the Carrion Feeder. That's kind of weird
Wait,
thing
so
to do.
you target the Karmic Guide, and then before the ability resolves,
Yes.
you sacrifice your
Exactly.
own Kiki-Jiki. And then you get a copy?
I'm gonna get a copy token,
Okay.
which is Karmic Guide. It's a 2/2 with haste. It comes into play, and once again,
yeah.
it searches for Kiki-Jiki. I'm gonna copy the copy token. With ability on the stack, I'm going to sacrifice it to the Carrion Feeder. Get another copy token, and well, you might have understand how this works.
so you just keep making 2/2s with protection from black.
I'm gonna make infinite 2/2 flying haste, pump my Carrion Feeder infinitely, and attack
I
you with
have
them.
so many answers for this in my hand.
If you love paper magic and you want to see more of it, make sure to check out Mengu's workshop. It's a channel actually inspired by Cardmarket. I play a ton of 1v1 format. We did a vintage series with Carl and Toffo. I play a lot against Simon. So if you love the people involved in this best deck series ever, make sure to check that out.
Let's go! Game 3.
Your play first.
Yeah, let's have a crazy game. This is another explosive opening hand where I can play Karn the Great Creator on turn 1. The issue is it doesn't have lands and it's relying so hard on this single copy of Mana Crypt. If Andrea forces my Mana Crypt, I could be out of the game. That is not a reason to mulligan though, because most of these blue players are going to save their forces for my cards that actually do something rather than my mana, which means I feel like I'm going to be safe enough to keep this hand, lead on the crypt, because Andrea doesn't know that it's actually critical for me to resolve it.
No, my hand is not good. I'm gonna ship it back. This hand doesn't have Force of Will and isn't a strong hand, so this is an easy mulligan. All right, let's draw a better hand now. Ooh. Well, this hand is very powerful. If I was on the play, I would have had a turn 1 win. It's funny how the 2 hands I was on the draw, I had a turn 1 win. The hand that was on the play, I had a pretty slow hand. Anyway, I have a Chain of Vapor. I think this is a keep, even though I don't have Force of Will. Let's see how good Simon draws. Yeah, go ahead, Simon.
Okay, I'll start by playing a Mana Crypt.
Resolves.
It costs 0 and it taps to add 2 mana.
Is this card legal in Commander?
Andrea, why are you talking about Commander? Isn't that your least favorite format?
Yeah, but I always enjoy the dramatic, how dramatic
you
people
like
are
the
about
drama.
it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. The best reality TV show is the Commander ban list.
This channel loves Commander. We can't talk about
Oh,
that.
right. Okay, I'm sorry. I tap my Mana Crypt for 2 and play a Grim Monolith. So this one, 2 mana artifact, taps for 3, doesn't untap. That's fine. I'll find other ways to untap it with this Voltaic Key. So this one cost 1. I can pay 1 to untap an artifact. And with 1 of the mana I have floating, I'm going to untap the monolith. Yes, exactly. But we're not done yet. Because I'll play yet another Manifold Key. So now I have 3 mana floating here. I'll untap the monolith here. So tons of mana. I'm going to spend 1 to play the Sensei's Dividing Top. I kind of like want to see if I can find the land, but I don't really have the mana to also pay for this. So normally you would never draw a card with Sensei's Dividing Top before you've checked the top of your deck. But in this case, I'm in this very specific position where if he has a force for my Karn, I have like no piece of interaction. And if I do happen to hit an Ancient Tomb or a Mishra's Workshop off the top, I would be able to also play a Sphere of Resistance after I try to resolve the Karn. I don't have the mana to also look at the top 3, but it doesn't really cost me that much to just use the top right now and see if there's that one land on top that I could use to make my turn even better. And then, without looking, I'm just gonna activate, yeah, close your eyes. I'm gonna activate the top, draw a card here, and put this on top. And let's see what I draw. I have my best card. You know, so in 2019, 2 sets came out. War of the Spark and M20, introducing 2 incredible 4-mana cards to the format. You already saw what Mystic Forge can do. But War of the Spark had another great vintage card that got restricted very quickly after.
Narset?
Karn the Great Creator. 4-mana Planeswalker. It says all your artifacts cannot be activated. So all the Moxen and whatever else nonsense you might have, they don't work. But mine, they still work. I can also turn my artifacts into creatures, but I can also -2 to get an artifact from my sideboard and put it into my hand. Does this resolve?
It does. In game 2, I had a force but never used it. This game, I don't have it. I wish I had it.
Oh yeah. I'm going to use the Karn.
Yeah.
And so my Karn is going to get a free spell from my sideboard here. It is Tormod's Crypt. Because I could still die to your combo from this position. I left a Crypt in my sideboard, didn't bring in all of them, and it's going to be really handy here. So play this, I can sacrifice it to exile your graveyard. Yeah, now I feel safe enough to pass the turn.
Let's see what I draw. Not a good one. Play Polluted Delta and pass to you.
Untap with all of my stuff here.
It's time to roll a die for Mana Crypt, don't forget that.
Roll a die?
Odds, you take damage, even, you don't take damage.
No, that's not how we play here. I'm going to put the die in one of my hands, and you don't know which one.
Okay.
And then you have to guess. If you guess right, I take 3 damage.
This one.
Ah! It was here.
No, I don't think the 3 damage would matter, so go ahead.
I still have no lands, by the way. And I'm gonna draw the top. Okay, so I'm going to make some more mana here. Try to untap my Grim Monolith.
Sure.
I have 4 mana now. I'm gonna take down my Karn. Let me show you what's in my sideboard here. It's another vintage stable, but that's restricted. But I'm not playing it in my main deck because, well, when you have Karn, you can just put it in your sideboard and you have way more ways to find it. That's Time Vault.
Whoa.
Yeah, old card. And this one, you know, it says I can tap it to take an extra turn. It seems extremely powerful. It does have 2 downsides. It comes into play tapped and it doesn't untap during my turn. So actually, I don't really get to take the extra turns. I can untap it if I donate an extra turn to you.
Thank you.
Fair is fair. I'm going to try and play this right now.
2 mana floating, you cast that. All right, so I have 2 choices here. Chain of Vapor, Brainstorm. Chain of Vapor delays my death because yes, I can bounce the Time Vault, but then I don't realistically have outs. Even if I draw land to play Flash Hulk, he has a Tormod's Crypt, so it's gonna stop me. Next turn he just replays Time Vault, what do? So I think I need to get lucky here. I have to play Brainstorm in response, hope to draw Force of Will, and then stop the Time Vault. I can delay the game a bit. I need to keep this Chain of Vapor for the Tormod's Crypt to win. I'm gonna respond to that by fetching for a basic island. And with my basic island, I'm gonna pray, hope for a better world. I play Brainstorm. Let's see if I find a Force of Will. I don't. Simon, you're good to go. Time Vault resolves.
Manifold Key won me the first game. It's going to win me this game as well, because this one lets me untap the Time Vault without giving you an extra turn. Then I'll use the very powerful ability, tap, take an extra turn after this one.
I still have a hope. You go.
Oh, I died to Mana Crypt? Okay, that's fair. I'll take my extra turn. This one doesn't untap, this one doesn't untap, and I hit the die.
I'm gonna go for the left.
Ah, it's not here again. Okay, we survive. I'm gonna draw my card for turn. Finally found my land.
Okay.
Yeah, That's pretty good here, because I can use Karn to make this into a creature, but it's a 0/0 creature, so it dies.
My win condition died.
I'm going to untap the time vault, take extra turns, and eventually kill you with whatever.
Good game, Simon. You defeated me. Handshake. Thank you, Simon, for the game. I wish you best of luck in the semifinals. Maybe I'll see you in the finals, but if I don't see you there, I can see you again at Mango's workshop. That's where Simon often comes, and yeah, see you soon.
Do you
See you soon.
have a secret trick how to always find the die?